Dope now, I don't sell nothing but hope.
Yeah, seriously, and I've had a rough couple of weeks. But again, what bitter herbs are you eating? So we're going to use lettuce. We're going to use romaine lettuce. Some people use horseradish, which is permissible, but it's disgusting. So I'm not going to be eating that. So we're going to use lettuce. We're going to use romaine lettuce. Some people use horseradish, which is permissible, but it's disgusting. So I'm not going to. We're going to use lettuce. We're going to use romaine lettuce. Some people use horseradish, which is permissible, but it's disgusting. So I'm not going to be eating that.
Using lettuce for bitter herb is terrible. All right, that's not of Yahawashi. That's not of the scriptures, and that's not the spirit that we should be in. We should be in the spirit of mourning. All right, we should be in the spirit of penitence. We should be in the spirit, in the Passover spirit, as our Lord Yahawashi was. But first and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Harakah Kwadash. I would also like to give a double honors to the apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone that do rule well, that have taught me this truth. And I would also like to say a sincere shalom unto the hopeful elect, unto the scattered elect that are prophesying and laboring in this truth and in this doctrine. Unto you I say shalom. Being comfortable is not bitter. And these guys are clearly comfortable in the truth. They have they're comfortable. Okay, their comfort comes through monetary gain. All right, their comfort comes through not going through the straight gate. Not really, they're not really partaking in the Lord's Passover if you're not able to take the bitter. All right, the bitter of this truth. Okay, the bitter of being persecuted, the bitter of being hated by the world. All right, these are things that we signed up for. All right, we understand that this world is going to hate you. All right, but it's going to hate us. All right, and these guys, that just shows you the spirit that they're in. Okay, that it's not a time of peace. It's a time where you got to gird up your loins and understand that shit is about to get hard out here. So this bitter that we take during the Passover service, okay, that's to remind us of the bitterness of this captivity, of Yahawashi and how he had to suffer for the sins of Israel. First the elect, and then the rest, and it extends to the rest of the nation. Okay, we have to bear our own cross. Okay, and deal and partake in with this bitterness. All right, the bitterness of being in the truth. Yeah, everyone wants to enjoy the sweet, enjoy the good things of the truth. You knowing that you're an Israelite, and having this knowledge, having having the light. Okay, but no one wants to deal with the bitter. No one wants to deal with the hell that you take. Okay, in the hell that we take, it's it's uh um it's almost like a badge of honor because we're doing it for righteousness' sake. Okay, we're not doing it for ourselves. We're not doing it for the love of men. We're not doing it to for vainglory. We're doing it for Yahawashi because we ultimately believe in this truth. We believe in this doctrine. All right, and we want salvation. All right, we want to see an end to this man's kingdom. We want, we want this man, this kingdom Babylon taken down. But the guys like this, all right, other camps that are in that spirit of mirth when it comes to the Passover, they're not in the same spirit. They don't want this place to perish. They want this place to thrive. They want this place to continue because they're in a place of comfort. All right, so let me first start off with I got a bunch of scriptures going through my head right now. I got some written down too. Let me just start with this. Ecclesiastes verse 7. I'm gonna start at verse 2, and then I'm gonna jump down to verse 4. Verse 2. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting. For that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to heart. So when we're during the Passover service, okay, we're in the spirit of mourning. All right, because we're thinking about the Passover from our exodus out of Egypt. We're thinking of our Passover that Yahawashi partook in. That's the spirit that we should be in, the spirit of mourning. All right, Yahawashi, he was about to be betrayed. He was about to be crucified. All right, and given, and had his own people. All right, crucify him. All right, where up to it throughout his ministry, he was healing Jake. He was, preaching the word, giving the good news to our people. And what did our people do? They crucified him. So our Lord was in a heavy spirit during that time. That's why we're supposed to be in a house of mourning. Let me jump down to verse 4. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of the fool is in the house of mirth. We're not supposed to be. Actually, let me start with verse 3. Sorrow is better than laughter, for by sadness of the countenance the heart is made better. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. And these guys are clearly in a house of mirth. And when you're in a house of mirth, you're in a state of comfortability, comfort. Excuse me. All right, that's how these guys are. All right, the Lord said, I'm gonna get it in Exodus, the 12th chapter. All right, that we read during the service that we're supposed to take this bitter herb. It says Exodus. I'm gonna just go straight to the point. 12, and I'll start at verse 6. And ye shall. This is speaking of the feast of unleavened bread. And ye shall keep it until the 14th day of the same month. And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. And they shall take the blood and strike it on the two sides of the post and on the upper doorpost of the house wherein they shall eat. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, speaking of the lamb, all right? Or if you didn't have a lamb, you got a goat, all right? Roast with fire and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat. Why was it bitter herbs? Okay, to remind them, and they were supposed to keep this as a this feast forever. And that bitter herb was to remind them of the captivity, the 400 years of captivity they served in Babylon. Oh, no, excuse me, Babylon, in Egypt. All right, this is let me look at the word for bitter. Bitter things, bitterness. Let me see any words. Wormwood. Let me just Google bitter real quick. Not Google, but look up. See any synonyms. Bitter, having a sharp, pungent taste or smell, not sweet. All right, it ain't gonna be sweet like honey. Okay, sharp, acid, acidic. Let me see more. Resentful, disgruntled, the painful, unpleasant. Okay, this truth is not supposed to be something that's pleasant. Yeah, it's pleasant because you obtaining knowledge and you're able to edify, you're able to prophesy, but you're gonna catch more hell. Okay, you're gonna catch more hell than in this truth than not in this truth, because you understand and you see the wickedness of our people. You, as it says in Ecclesiastes 2. I gave myself to know knowledge. Where is it? Ecclesiastes 1, I think. Yeah, 1 at the bottom. 10th. Let me see. I gave my heart to know wisdom and to know madness and folly. I perceive that all this is vexation of spirit. For in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow. So as we increase in knowledge, of course we increase sorrow. Okay, going back to the bitterness of the truth. All right, the bitterness that these Israelites, once they get in here, they don't want to deal with. Oh, nigga said, I'm eating lettuce. I mean romaine lettuce. And we looked it up, and that was a custom, or that's a custom of the small hats. Let's see what this. Yeah, I mean it's disgusting.
We're gonna use romaine lettuce. Some people use horseradish, which is permissible, but it's disgusting. So I'm not going to be eating that.
Soft, man.
Somebody said kids' Bibles.
Soft. But these guys are supposedly leaders in Israel. But everyone's being exposed. These guys are being exposed, just like their former leader of Sakari. All right, and it's all through the spirit of Yahawashi. All right. So let me grab this, because you don't take the bitter herb. You really not in Yahawashi. You really don't believe in Yahawashi. You're not a true follower of Yahawashi. Do you think Yahawashi, when he was in the upper room, when they gave them the bitter herbs? I don't know what the bitter herbs they use in the ancient world, but you think when they gave them the bitter herbs, Yahawashi said, "Oh no, give me the lettuce, give me the romaine lettuce." Hell no. Yahawashi, man, he was probably taking them bitter herbs because his mind was on. He wasn't even thinking about the burn because his mind was on the next 24 hours what was going to transpire. All right, his crucifixion. He even went. He said he went to the Garden of Gethsemane and prayed to his Father that somehow this cup, all right, could pass, and the Heavenly Father didn't answer him because he had to go through with it. All right, he knew that he had to go through with it. He was in a heavy spirit. That's why when we have our Passover, we're in a heavy spirit. All right, because we're thinking about the times that we're living in. We're thinking about Yahawashi and what he had to go through, and what we're going to have to go through. Lord willing, we're a part of that elect. Okay, that we're going to be worried. We're going to have family members, loved ones betray us. Okay, that's a part of being in this truth. This is Matthew 10 and verse 32. Whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven. All right, taking that bitter herb, that's confessing Yahweh Shai. That's part of it. Okay, but whosoever shall deny me before men, him will I also deny before my Father which is in heaven. The Lord, our Lord Yahweh Shai is going to deny you before men. All right, because these men, they love the current world. They love the stuff. What is that shit called? Where they get money? Super chats and the merchandise. They love it here. They think they can. You can't merge the truth with this world. All right, it's like oil and water. They don't mix. Okay, Saint John, First John, 2 and verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. These guys don't have the love of the Father. They have the love of the flesh, the love of their own belly, serving themselves, the love of money. That's what these guys love. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes, the pride of life, it is not of the Father, but is of the world. These guys are of the world. I don't know if Deacon Deacon, what's his name? Destruction mode or something, whatever his name is. The deacon, I don't know if he ate the lettuce or not, but just to put that spirit out there, why he didn't check him? It's like, nah, homie, the scriptures don't say that. The scriptures say bitter herb. Ain't nothing bitter about lettuce.
What bitter herbs are you eating? So we're going to use lettuce.
He's in the same room. He's in the same room, so he should have checked him. Okay, but these guys have respect of a person. All right, and not check them, embarrass them, but just say, hold on, hey, we eat the bitter herbs. We eat the horseradish or whatever bitter herb that you may have. We ain't eating no damn lettuce, okay? But hey, these guys are of the world, okay? These guys are not of Yahawah Shemel Shai. I want to get this, 2 Timothy, about Demas, all right, to show you examples of men that were in the truth, but they fell out of the truth. It's nothing new under the sun. All right, and we used to think this guy Hassan was sincere because his whole reaction to the whole strip club Passover, a few years back, his face. But this guy, he drank the Kool-Aid too. All right, where he's his pocket's been laced, and he ate. He's thinking that you could have one foot in the world and one foot in the truth. And they use the scriptures to try to justify it. All right, we're not supposed to be rich in this world. We're not supposed to, and even if you do have something, all right, we ain't flaunting it because we know we ain't got shit. We ain't got shit here in this world. This is 2 Timothy 4 and 10. For Demas hath forsaken me, having loved this present world, and is departed unto Thessalonica, Crescens to Galatia, Titus unto Dalmatia. All right, but Demas is the point that he left Apostle Paul because he loved the current world. Okay, that's nothing new under the sun. That's how these guys are moving today. All right, let me go back to John. Let me go back to 1 John. 1 John 2. I'm gonna jump down to 18. Little children, let me see. Yep. Little children, it is at the last time, and at ye have heard that the anti-Hamashiach shall come. Even now there are many anti-Hamashiachs, many antichrists, whereby we know that it is in the last time. And this is the anti-Hamashiach, anti-Yahawashi. All right, Yahawashi is not, if you want Yahawashi pull up in your Passover and you got the lamb, you got the unleavened bread, and then you got romaine lettuce. Yahawashi will cuss y'all out, man. Yahawashi may put y'all to death on the spot for some disrespectful ass shit like that. Excuse my language. Okay, verse 19. They went out from us, but they were not of us. For if they had been of us, they would have no doubt continued with us. But they went out that they might be made manifest that they might be made manifest that they were not all of us. All right. So it's going to be those that once whether they're GMS or not, they once followed the doctrine. These guys once followed the doctrine. Deacon, what's his name? Deacon Hakah, he was in GMS at one point. So they were once of us, but they went out from us. All right, they followed this current world. They followed, they love their current their life. Well, they didn't hate their life. They loved their life in this present world. All right, let me see. Oh, grab this. Tripping. Matthew 5 and 5. Maybe it's 6 real quick. Let me see. Maybe it's Matthew 6 and damn it. Hold on, let me look it up real quick. I always seem to find stuff on my phone faster. Matthew 7, tripping. Matthew 7 and verse 13. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. Because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. So no one wants to go down that straight gate. Okay, if this was a the services were they have these big Passover services, and they're passing bitter herbs around, you would have people that wouldn't take the bitter herbs. You would have people that wouldn't show up just because they had to eat the bitter herbs. Okay, but if you have romaine lettuce, everyone's going to show up because there's no it don't hurt when it don't hurt when you burn when you eat that romaine lettuce. Okay, you don't it doesn't open your nostrils up. All right, like that bitter herb does, like that horseradish does. Okay, it's not the same. All right, but that romaine lettuce, that's a representation of the wide gate. Okay, and it said that leads unto destruction, but that straight gate, okay, taking up your cross every day. All right, dealing with the bullshit you go through in this world, and taking it head on and putting your faith in your Yahawashi, that's a straight gate. All right. And the straight gate is going to be very few that go down that straight gate. And this is just an example of that, man. This is being lukewarm. All right, what did the Lord say about being lukewarm? These guys, man, these guys might as well just go back into the world, man, because they're making a mockery of of the ministry of Yahawashi, and themselves, okay? Because eventually they're going to be revealed for not truly being men of the Lord. All right. Next verse, Luke chapter 9, verse 23. And he said unto them all, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me. All right, you want to follow Yahawashi, you got to take up your own cross. You got to bear your own cross. All right, you got to eat your own bitter herbs. Ain't nobody gonna eat your bitter herb for you. All right, ain't nobody gonna say, yeah, I'll eat the bitter herb, and then you just take this lettuce. No, you gotta take it all down. All right, that's dealing with the sweet and the bitter. All right, dealing with the whole scriptures, the whole roll. Let me finish this and then I'll go back to that. Verse 24: whomsoever will save his life shall lose it, and whomsoever will lose his life for my sake, the same shall be saved. For what is a man advantage if he gain the whole world and lose himself or be cast away? For whatsoever shall be ashamed of me by my words of him that it's like it. Whomsoever shall be ashamed of me and of my words of him shall the Son of Man be ashamed when he shall come in his glory and in his Father's, and of the holy angels. Okay, so you guys are really ashamed of Yahawashi, all right, by not really partaking in the Passover by eating romaine lettuce. That's a slap in the face, man. Real shit. This is Ezekiel 3 and verse 2. So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat the roll. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. And then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. Okay, that's the, when you find out you're Israelite, all right, the Lord begins to sup with you, all right, and open up your mind to knowledge. That's the sweet, all right. But then when the bitter comes, all right, that's when you begin to catch hell. You begin to be hated, and you begin to be, people stand off and talk shit under their breath. You're seen as a outcast. All right, you may, people may seem like, say they're uncomfortable around you. They say all types of shit all about the truth. Okay, but that's what you have to take. Your family treats you different. All right, you may lose jobs for this. You may lose different relationships. Oh well. All right, but that's the bitterness of the truth that a lot of these jakes, all right, can't take on. All right, it's really not in them. They soft. They call these romaine lettuce Israelites. That's what we're gonna start calling them. Okay. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying unto the elect, and I would like to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Habakkuk, Shalom.